planet.
That's true. You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I would say that most people, just as you said, they do tend to just follow. They don't really have any real existence here.
Right. Yeah.
And that's a really, truly sad thing. So if a person comes to you from that mindset and that standpoint, what would you then do to help them, get on the ball? Because it first starts with that first step.
Mm-hmm. Well, there are two types of people. There are some that don't know and know that they don't know, and
Right.
then there are people that don't know but think they know. Now,
Yes.
this is the kind that I just don't show any interest in them, because I know that nothing's going to happen. But the ones that don't know and want to know, and know that they don't know, they may be low in the ability to think and ability to reason, all of that, but those people can be helped very easily. But the ones that think they know and they don't know, they want me to sit here and prove scientifically. Well, I don't prove anything scientifically, because science proves one thing today and disproves it the next day. And if science was so great, then we'd have a world where people were healthy. And people get sick more and more all the time because of science, because of all the drugs that they invent and all.
Yes, absolutely true. So from you being in that position and dealing with people in this nature, how do people then get the message to those people who don't know? Because I deal with people like that on a daily basis. They are very adamant at what they don't know, and it's like you can't teach or tell them anything because they know everything it is to know about everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm very straightforward. My philosophy is black and white. Life is not complicated. It's very simple.
Right.
And to me, everything is black and white. You come in and they think they know it all, then I tell them, well, then you don't need this. Why don't you go play tennis or something? Now, I've only did this a couple of times, really, to be honest with you, but because I have the ability to change their minds. But when it gets to the point where I have to, demand certain things in order for them to improve, that's not good. What I teach my students is that they should think for themselves.
Right.
So I tell them, if you follow these practices that I'm doing right now, you will, after a while, you don't need me or anybody. You will be you, who you truly are.
Absolutely.
And that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. Those were words of wisdom right there, I can tell you, because I deal with a lot of those people on a daily basis, and I have found that you are absolutely right in what you say. You just really have to just let them do their own thing and let them be right, and later on they'll come back and say, hey, you were right. But at the point in time, there's nothing you can say to them to get them to understand that their views are not accurate.
That's right. Yeah. That is right.
So with the people who first come to you when you're doing the vocal coaching and they take the first course and they finish the first course and then you refer them to course number 5, how do they
if they're going forward into a very serious type of singing, then they should have course number 2 in singing also.
Right.
But usually they'll go ahead and take both courses. They take 2 classes per week, one on course 5 and one on the vocal course.
Right. Okay.
But usually, for example, I have a student. I have several that are famous, but the most famous ones that I have right now is Fannie Lou, a Colombian singer. She came to me. She had never sung before, although she had been an actress in Colombia. And after the first course, she disappeared and came back a year later with a hit CD.
Wow. That is amazing.
What I'm trying to say is this. When she walked in here, she's a beautiful girl, and I couldn't believe the amount of magnetism she had. She didn't need course number 5. This girl has so much magnetism. So when she came in, her voice was not the greatest thing in the world, but I knew she could do it. And she worked very hard. And I told her the very first class, if you make singing your purpose in life, because I detected that she didn't know exactly where to go, whether to go with acting but I said, if you make singing your purpose in life, you will be known all over the world in a short time. And she did. She made it a purpose in life, and now she's known all over the world.
That is an awesome, awesome story, and I'm pretty sure it's going to help a lot of people. Yeah. But what advice would you give to someone who is thinking about taking the vocal lessons, whether it be in person with you or through your course? What advice would you give them?
Well, it depends what they want. Most of them that I get, they want to be professionals. Now, if somebody comes in and they can't carry a tune, obviously I'm not going to tell them to keep trying. I'm telling them, no, you're never going to make it. That's it. However, from a psychological point of view, I tell them you should continue if you can afford it, simply because nobody knows exactly why people are tone deaf. But my theory is that it's a misconnection between left and right brains. And so I tell them, if you can afford it, continue anyway, even though you're never going to be a good singer, but it'll be good psychologically. And then I said, well, if they don't want to do that, then they should go to course number 5, which I think is much, much better. Will help them in life all around, you know.
Exactly.
You see, in course number 5, we go through your whole life. And I use 2 techniques for that. The first one is EFT, which stands for Emotional Freedom Techniques. It was discovered by Dr. Roger Callahan, and it was popularized by Gary Craig. And I use Craig's format. It's very simple, and it's a miracle. It's acupuncture without needles. And we use that for everything. And then we go into Dr. Nathaniel Brandon's system of sentence completion. So we spend time on that to eliminate the negative. And then we start putting new things in using the secret of the magnetic voice. So when a person graduates, they can confront anything.
Exactly. And that's the ultimate goal. Yes, absolutely. Well, I thank you for coming and spending the time with us today. If you can tell the people how they can get to your website and how they can start taking any of the courses that you have, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, well, they can go to my website, which is G for Gil, gmagno.com, or they can email me, which is gilmagno@magnoart, one word, magnoart.net. In other words, gilmagno@magnoart.net.
Well, we thank you so much for coming and spending time with us.
I also have a lot of stuff on YouTube that they can look at.
Yes. Please tell them about your music. Because I went to hear some of your music, and it was something that I had never heard before, so please do tell them where they can get your music as well.
Yeah, well, I do a few things on YouTube, but I don't perform anymore. Since I injured my hand, I don't perform anymore.
Right.
I do talk in public once in a while.
Okay.
But, yeah.
So they can find some of your music on YouTube or some of the videos.
Yeah, I have a few things there. So some of the things I took from my CD that I did a few years ago.
Okay.
And then I have other books also. One of my books is called Developing Confidence and Personal Magnetism, and that is the textbook that I use for course number 5. And I have other things, the vocal courses and so forth on CD. Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. So they can take the vocal courses on CD, or they can take them with you in person.
The course number 1 is on 2 DVDs.
CD or DVD. Okay.
Yeah, that's the complete course 1.
Oh, so this is something that they can do at home then. Okay.
Yep, they can do it at home. Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful. Yeah. So, guys, we have had a wonderful time today talking with Mr. Gil Magno. Get to his website, gmagno.com, and pick up a couple of his books or start one of his courses, and it will tremendously change the way you view your life. And also, if you're looking to be a singer and you want a singing career, may that be, just karaoke, or may that be you want to go further with a professional career, I would advise that you go to Mr. Magno's site. Again, that is gmagno.com, and pick up one of his vocal courses and let it enrich you and empower you to be the person that you were destined and born to be. So thank you, Mr. Magno, again for coming and spending that time with us. And I'm going to be taking one of the courses myself, people. So
oh, great.
We can all get something out of the course and get to where we need to be. Because for me, I can say that my singing career, should I develop into a really great singer, and hopefully I do, is more of singing for God and for the Lord, and I want to just really bless people's lives with the singing that I want to do. But should someone want to go out and sing maybe, I don't know, country or R&B or rock or whatever that is, you got to first start from step one, and step one would be getting the course number 1 at Mr. Gil Magno's site. That is step one, because you got to practice. And as they said before, practice does make perfect. But if you don't start, there can be no finish.
Right.
So we thank you again, Mr. Magno, for coming and for sharing that knowledge. And I hope that this is just the beginning of the many things that I know will come, and the people that I know you're going to be able to teach from either your personal development course or also your vocal courses.
Very good. Very good.
So again, thank you for taking the time, and we hope that you have a wonderful day.
You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.